Right? 3,000.
At the end of the day,
Okay.
right? No, at the end of the day, they took over. Rant for a minute. If I go to, like they're doing in Germany, if I go to Germany, right, they want you to free up all your possessions before you can claim benefits, right? And I think that's fair. Because if you want to claim something, you claim it because you haven't got anything. So if you've got something, then you're not in that position to claim, are you? I know to a certain extent, you know, but they do have a limit, so it's up to a certain amount. You know what I mean? But as far as I'm concerned, they've come over here, and those men that you saw, they're young men. They should actually be in their country fighting for their country, in theory, not fleeing. You know, because I'm guessing they're over between 18 and 25 or whatever. You know what I mean? And the majority of them coming over, they're young men. I'm not just saying it to like be mean or anything. They put an article in the Guardian, I think it was, a few weeks ago, and it's like, it's true. It made me think about it. It's true, because when you saw them all flooding over, it's young men of fighting age, and you're thinking, now really they should be in their own country fighting for whatever the hell's going on there to get their country back to a certain degree, not running away.
Because, yeah, you're right, but then you see what you have to understand is, all right, where you've got a problem is Europe, they're not fleeing that way to the Saudi Arabia side, because Saudi
They're not taking them.
They're not taking them. They discriminate them straight away. So
they'll come here where it's open. Come to us. Come to us.
And,
and they didn't realise that they've got phones. They had money in their country and whatever, because they had that to find that £2,000 to get on the boat in the first place.
I don't know that. So that's a goes to show you money.
Per person, by the way.
Exactly.
Not right. No. Me and you and family, and that's £2,000. No. It's £2,000 to you, me, Alec, whatever. You know. So they had that money. So okay, they were rich at some point. They still have a banking system to a certain degree. So I'm going to assume they have money in their account somewhere which they can still have access to at some point. You know what I mean? So they've come over because the people said, oh, you get this for free and you get that for free and whatever. And they keep forgetting. You open Germany. That's why they were swamped up to Germany, because Merkel said, come over. You know what I mean? We have room for you. Come to us. Come to, we'll take you. And she didn't realise the amount of people that are there. And they're all on their phones like, yeah, come to Germany. You're getting it for free. And when they were interviewing them about a month ago, yeah, we want to get to Germany. Because Germany, you get everything for free, they thought. Now they're questioning their actions about taking their jewellery off them, you know what I mean, to make sure they have nothing or whatever. But I'm sorry, you know, it doesn't matter what country you're in, but that is their policy. You know, they're highlighting it now because so many people have to go through it, but that was their policy. You know what I mean? So you can't argue with their policy. That's how it's always been. You know, likewise over here, if you come over here and you've got £8 grand or more, you're not getting benefits. You know, and £8 is quite a lot of money for anyone. To be honest with you.
No. Remember, you saved all your life, okay? This is the trouble you have. If people say, right, if you got, as you said, anything over £6 grand or £8 grand, okay, it's got up to £8 grand. You saved all your life, you worked hard for your life, you're not entitled to the benefits that you paid into. Right? To a degree, I can understand. But then you've got people that ain't paid to nothing.
Yeah,
right?
and they're entitled.
And they're entitled to everything. Yeah. And yet, the day that you drop down and your benefits and money's gone down to nothing, you see how hard they're gonna want to know, well, you sure you ain't got this, you ain't got that, you try again, and they're not going to make it easy for you to claim your benefits.
Oh yeah, I know. And it's gotten worse since I used to work there. You know, it's disgusting. But at the end, that's why they need to really look into this. And to be honest with you, the reason there's a benefit problem over here, they keep going on about, at the end of the day, it's not as bad as they keep making out, because they have a budget. They've always had a benefit budget. You know what I mean? So they have a budget of, I don't know, 2 billion. They know how many people are over here. It's all electronic now. It's all on their database, so they know who's claiming what, blah blah blah, whatever. The biggest problem they've had, which is what they haven't dealt with, is when you come over as an immigrant. They might be changing it now, but it's a bit late now. You know, 50 years later. When you come over as an immigrant, you're entitled to 90% of benefits. Is it 90%? 90% of benefits. All right, they put you to somewhere and you get 90%. Now, I'm sorry, while they deal with your case,
Yeah.
and then when they've dealt with it, you can either get full benefits if you can stay, or nothing because they're going to kick you out.
Either way, but
Right.
then still.
What they should have cut out is you shouldn't be getting anything, because that's why people keep flooding over, because they're going to put you up in a temporary house, and although they call it temporary accommodation, you end up staying there because they've got nowhere else to put you, right? They're going to house you and your family, child benefits. Did you know that people come over here, claim child benefit, and go back to Europe somewhere and still get child benefits? And send it over. So hubby stays here and works. The child's not even in the country, and they get that bullshit. Should have stopped. Look, they shouldn't even be. I didn't even know they did that. That shouldn't be happening. If you're not in the country, you're not getting it. It's for the people that reside in England, right? So if you have a child and you don't reside in England, why are you getting child benefit?
But that's what I don't understand. That was the whole rubbish that was going on.
I don't get that.
People getting money for the wrong reason.
I know.
That's not right.
I'm just like, you know what? If they cut all that crap out,
Yes, exactly.
that'll bring the benefits bill right down. I'm sorry, that would bring it right down.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Because, anyway. So they come over and it's like, yeah, we're going to come over and we're going to fleece the government. We're going to get as much money as we can, send it back home to build our house.
Yes, agree with that.
You know, it's like, hello. You know, if you're working and then they're working on top of it because a lot of it's cash in hand or whatever, you know, not the government's fault. But, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be claiming full benefits for about 1 million kids and then going around running your own business, working full time at the same time. What kind of crap is that? And then you and me now, we go and sit down and it's like, oh, can we have £10 for something? And they want to flip and probe you up your butt for whatever, you know what I mean, trying to find the money. And it's like, what's that about?
Yeah, thank you. And that's the main crux of the argument. And people,
But
but they don't want to see it that way. They don't want to portray it that way. People are not saying that if you're what it is you just hit. People are entitled to certain things. We are the people that are born here, worked here, or the people that have definitely worked. The people that haven't worked in their entire lives, like you heard about that family the other day that he's got 26 kids or something like that, and he's got and I'm thinking, well, you know, how is he working? He ain't working. He can't work. Nor is his wife working. All right, because at the end of the day, you got that amount of kids, you can't work.
You can't. I know, because it's a full-time job looking after one.
Right. Thank you.
Let alone
so
203.
But 26. Wow.
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, they intention that because they know so as long as they have children under 5, they will be provided for.
Right. So they've got it worked out that every year,
That's
in
gonna
the
stop,
5th year, they've got another kid coming on the way.
Yeah, but that's going to stop soon
No,
too.
no, it
because they
should've stopped
can't.
long time
Yeah,
ago.
no, it should have. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Where they're looking at the benefits and they're cutting this, that, and the other, they're cutting it in the wrong place. Because if they looked at those issues in the first place,
Yes.
then they wouldn't have a benefit issue. Because that's where it's all coming from. It's coming from the money going towards people that are just coming into the country and they're giving them money. And when you house them, you have to pay the rent. So that's housing benefit. If they cut all that shit out, you know, when you come over as an immigrant, you don't get anything. I'm sorry, right? You stay in a hostel, okay, you know, they put a roof over your head, but I'm sorry to be giving you benefits. Yeah, you should be getting a bloody wristband so you can go and get your meals 3 times a day, because if we give you the money, you're not buying no meals, you're going to be, God knows, doing what with it.
Half of them would sponge it. All right.
Whatever, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? These are the things that need to be looked at, but then that's why there is a problem with them coming to England especially, because it went back that you come to England, they give you a house, they give you money, they give you this, that and the other, and you can come up with whatever. And when when we worked at benefits, when they started to introduce using national insurance number, because they never used to, they used to just go in, because it was all manual. So you go in, give your name, address, date of birth, if you had a national insurance number or not, and it was all paper system. So when they were bringing it over, I was on that team that would transfer all the cases on to put their national insurance number in to put them all onto the system. Do you know how many fraudulent cases there were? Right, just sending out the letter alone, you know, please give us your national insurance number because we need to put on the system. It's a gentle letter. You know how many people signed off? All of a sudden stopped claiming benefits, and then the ones that had the audacity, the foreigners. So it was always the foreigners. It wasn't the white folk. It wasn't the black folk. It was the Africans and the Polish. No, the Polish weren't an issue at that time. Mainly the Africans, predominantly, and not Syria, the Arabs, or you know, of colour, Greece or whatever. I don't know what country it was.
Eastern origin.
Yeah.
From the Eastern Bloc, yeah, but
We'll just say the other Europeans, because I can't remember. It'll come to me eventually. Anyway, because they have their names, they have was it Mohammed Abdul? Then they'd have another claim in Abdul Mohammed. Then they'll have another one with Mohammed Abdul something or other. Right, so they have all these cases going on. One, I remember it was, well, more than one, but one in particular had the audacity to come in for his interview, and he saw, I don't know what the guy's name, one of the guys on our team, and obviously because we were sending letters out for everybody to come in if they didn't have a national insurance number with documents so we could find it. And the guy came in, and I don't know, I can't remember what happened with him when he came in on that interview, had the audacity to come in under the other name to see whether there are other staff members, not realising it's a small team, for an interview. And it's like, seriously? You know what I mean? You don't even have the... You didn't even think to close one of the claims, do you get what I mean? He's still trying it on, and you referred them straight up to fraud. Anyone that closed their claim, what you send them up to fraud, because obviously, if they've closed their claim, they're working. You know what I mean? And the man had 2 claims going at the same time and still came in for the interviews, and they were only a few days apart. And I thought, you stupid idiot. Really, it was a case of you stupid